Image worship has been misunderstood by most religions, even including in the Indian tradition. Although this is the mainline Hindu practice, to go to a temple and do ritual to these gods and goddesses, there is an educated distaste or condescending attitude towards image worship. So image worship is only for those who cannot handle high philosophy or trying to understand God in an abstract form. So if you are incapable of doing that in terms of understanding God as a higher state of consciousness, and nothing to do with images, worships, pilgrimages, and etc., then you can go. It's a lower form. That's what the general attitude seems to be here as well as elsewhere. In Christianity and other Western religions, this image worship is completely condemned. It's called idolatry. Idolatry means worshipping idols, which is worshipping false gods. It's unfortunate that such a concept has come to stay. To me, image worship is a technology. It's a great technology. If you want a certain energy, and if you can find out the archetype that represents that energy, and if we can present the archetype in a three-dimensional form, to put it simply, if you get a statue of the archetype that represents that particular energy, then pretty much you have been able to technologically maneuver that archetype to come and communicate with you so that you can get the benefits of the archetype. This is the technology behind having an image of Ganesha, who is the god of removing obstacles, or Lakshmi, who is the goddess of wealth. There are Egyptian archetypes also. I have talked about them at length. And so you can have an Egyptian archetype and then activate them too. So it's not a simple superstition to go and pray to a particular archetype. In fact, it's a high-tech practice. And how do you know? I think you have to experiment it in your own life and find out if it works or not. And that's the best way to find it out. If it doesn't work, then there is reason for you to discontinue the practice. But then before finding out whether it works or not, to say, to frown upon it and to consider it as something very low, to go to a temple and worship a particular deity is not justified.